Very good. Uh, I'll let Coach make an opening statement, and we'll open up for questions. Coach?
Well, just that's a pretty good performance by this group. Really proud of them. Not only how well we played, but to play against a team that is as good as Lafayette. I've had an opportunity. I was sick in my stomach about a month ago when I sat at home and watched them play Ole Miss and have them down 20 plus in the fourth quarter at Ole Miss, and just to see how really good this team is, and so to get this win, especially with that margin, play that well defensively against that quality of the team is really good. One of the things I was so uneasy about is just how quick their guards are. And you go into this game, and of course you only have one day to prepare. It's not like you can do a lot, but I was kind of wondered if maybe my ego would get in the way of trying to defend this team the way we like to defend, because as you watched them, people have sagged and switched and everything else, and just decided let's give it a shot, play the way we played, and to hold them to 15, 15, 15, and 11 each quarter, really good. Individually, obviously you can't say enough about Khadijah and Amanda and the way they're playing, not only scoring wise, but you look at the field goal percentage, they're making shots, they're rebounding. Really impressed with Gamble tonight. I know that's usually an obvious, but one of the things, and I give credit to Deidre Johnson, one of my assistants, is kind of the pace of our offense had slowed down a little bit. We weren't really pushing it, and she challenged Gamble, and right from the start, Gamble had us flying down the court, was just really pushing it as hard as I've seen us push it all year. And I thought it really got our team going. I thought it got our offense going, the pace, the speed. I thought it set the tone of things. So I think she deserves a lot of credit for how she got this team going today.
Coach, as far as this performance goes, where would you rank this? This kind of reminds me of, I think it was maybe 2 years ago or whatever, when Little Rock came in, you guys beat them by 30. I mean, it reminds me of that type of performance where it was pretty complete. Where would you put this performance?
Yeah, I don't know that you can answer. I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, it's good. I mean, because there was it's just one of those in all areas. We get to the end of the first quarter, and we're in the timeout, in the timeout situation at the end of the quarter. I looked at the team and I'm like, we just scored 27 points. Don't count on that. Just let's continue to focus on the fact that you held them to 15. If we can keep doing that, we're gonna be fine. And that's what I love about this is we come out second quarter holding to 15, third quarter 15, and that first quarter offensively was just great. And you're not going to count on that. I mean, we hit open shots, we hit guarded shots. We just did everything right offensively in that first quarter, but you can't always count on that. What's exciting to see is how just consistent we were all the way through this thing defensively.
I asked the ladies this. What does this tell the rest of the league when Drea has 12 points, and then you start looking at the way Khadijah and Amanda are playing here lately? I mean, I think it kind of tells the rest of the league that they have a lot more to be worried about than just Drea.
Well, we've obviously we've been able to win without her scoring a lot, and I don't think it's going to change anything. I don't think anybody in this league is going to think, well, maybe we can back off Gamble. It's not going to change anything. It's just, we gotta continue to keep Gamble involved. That's my job. We don't want to get too comfortable here thinking that we're fine with it. Because there's going to be nights, and we gotta continue to keep her aggressive and keep her involved. And I'll tell you who, to me, and this is not quite on that same subject. I'll go away a little bit, but you take a look at Brittany Fowler. That's a perfect game in my opinion for her. It's a perfect game. She plays 15 minutes, hits 3 threes, no turnovers, and it's just, and we've just seemed to consistently had that up, whether it be her or Jess or Dominique or Brittany Gill, Bradshaw, down at Troy. I mean, we've just shown that. Each game we've got somebody that's doing good things for us, several doing good things for us other than Drea.
That was one of the questions we talked about early on. You weren't sure how deep this team could go, who would contribute, and I mean, Thursday, tonight, between the two, 27 players. I mean, 14 the other night, 13 tonight getting the game. I mean, that's very valuable time down the road.
It is. We got to continue to find opportunities to do that because I just said on the radio. I think one thing we have to do here is we have to enjoy this, but we have to take a look at the big picture. We're 4-0. There's still 16 games left. 4-16 ain't going to win the league. So I don't think. You got to continue to get better. You get this week off, but you turn around, coming up next week, and you got 4 games in 8 days: Saturday, Monday, Thursday, Saturday. This is a long season. It's a long conference season. Just as with last year, I've said that the team that's going to win this league has to be the most consistent, the most durable, all the way through 2 months. And to do that, you've got to continue to get bench play.
How did you feel like you played defensively, and did you feel like you clogged up the middle, kind of like you were hoping to?
I thought I couldn't have asked for anything better. I thought it was really good, and I think a credit to what we did was, when this team, how many touches, their post players got. They really were a lot of times actually in the first half trying to get it inside a bunch, and I thought it was a credit to, because that takes them out of what they normally do. I think that was a compliment to our guards and really how well they were playing, not only one-on-one, but staying up the line and really, really controlling those guards the best they could.
I asked the ladies, and this is what it kind of seemed like to me, if they looked at this as a statement game, because they were a team that had a first place vote. They've been getting a lot of attention. You mentioned those couple SEC wins. If they viewed this as a statement, and they said absolutely.
Good for them. Good for them. No, it's a good win. There's no question, because I think Lafayette is a really good team. Again, I've seen them enough to know how really good they are, and it's a really good win. Again, I appreciate those players, and they should be proud of this effort. We just got to remember, we still got to go back to you don't gain ground winning home games. You hold ground. You don't lose ground. And I know that's kind of a negative way of looking at things, but you got to win the home games. You don't gain ground there. All you do is not lose ground. And so in the big picture of 20 games, we didn't lose ground today, and that's a good thing.
Jamie Ruffin's got 5 minutes today. How's she feeling overall, and what are you seeing from her and her limited action, she said?
I thought actually tonight was the best I've seen out of her. And I know it wasn't a lot, but especially the second half there, actually for maybe fourth quarter, she's getting there. It's been a hard deal for her. I feel for her, because you got a player that relies so heavily on being explosive and quick and athletic, and when that's taken away from you, it's hard. And proud of her though, because she's continuing to work. She's being a good teammate, and I thought that fourth quarter she really moved out there very well defensively. That was a really positive for me.
Seems like Brown Haywood just keeps getting better each game. What difference do you see in her, just in the last few weeks and in tonight?
Yeah, it's hard for me to say because I see her every day, but the numbers are a little bit staggering. She was on pace to get 25 and 20. She had 2 pop out of her hands there. Her aggressiveness on the boards. When I recruited Khadijah here, I thought she was really talented. I thought she had one flaw, a major flaw, and I didn't know if we'd ever kind of overcome it. And she was not very strong, and a little bit, and I'll just say she was soft. She didn't like contact. She didn't like touch. She didn't like the weight room. She didn't like any of that stuff. And it took, a couple of years to really get her through it, and to see how aggressive she's rebounding and how physical she's playing. Again, in my coaching career, I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen a player develop and totally just change her game like she's done. It has been really amazing to watch.
What a welcome sight that Amanda is. The last game, now this one, career high. She just seems to be getting more and more comfortable too.
Well, they're making each other better. They both. I made a comment on the bench at one point late in the game, and I said, one of the greatest feelings in the world as a basketball coach is to have 4s and 5s that can handle and pass the ball against presses and all that stuff. And it's one of the things that both Khadijah and Lawson, they're really good decision makers. They see the floor, they pass the ball. We have some, we're at a disadvantage a little bit defensively with size, but to see those two, the way they play together and the decisions they make in passing, that's really fun to watch.
Anything else, guys? All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.